In this video, we're gonna see how Front managed to raise $66 million with that pitch deck. Front is a software that allows you to essentially centralize your inbox for sales team, customer support, etc. They raised $66 million and they made their pitch public. The first slide is all about the problem. Email was never built for teams to collaborate. So first slide, problem. Second slide, solution. So we built the first shared email client. Then the third slide is basically like explaining why and how exactly they are solving this issue. Here we can see that very quickly Front add social proof by showcasing the logos of their clients and hence the number also of companies that are clients of Front. I guess this slide with the revenue is the one that is the most impactful. Always remember whenever you want to raise funds that investors are looking for 10x, 20x, sometimes even more multiples of what they invest in your company. So seeing an exponential growth curve will make pretty much any investor around the world happy. And that's exactly what they do with this revenue curve. On top of it, they are showing that their churn is going down. The SaaS business model is all about selling subscriptions, which means that each month people are buying a monthly subscription to the software. The churn is the amount of people canceling that subscription. So the less people are churning, meaning canceling their subscription, the faster you will grow down the line. But that's not it. On top of their really great metrics, what they wanted to show is also that the usage of the product is increasing, because the truth is like sometimes products are creating tons of hype, which means that their revenue is actually really growing fast and they are getting a lot of traction. However, usage is not there. That's actually what happened to Clubhouse. You're probably very familiar with that software that was revolutioning the voice as a social network. However, even though their number of users was increasing exponentially, the actual activation of the users was not there, nor the retention, which means that in the end, the platform kind of died. And today, do you know anyone still using Clubhouse? What is also great about their pitch is that they are talking about the way they acquire customer. Here we can see that they have been growing their sales team and that their sales team is also generating a lot of revenue. As you can see, the team is quickly ramped up, which means that people joining the team as sales rep are quickly attaining their quotas, meaning their objectives of deal closed. This is also a great sign for investors because it shows them that with $1 that they can spend, they can generate even more. The next slides are all about how it can build a predictable model for growth, which again continue to reinforce that feeling for investors that the money that they will invest will be well spent and will generate even more revenue. Here, this is probably the magic number for any investors, the retention. If your retention is above 100%, it's a win. The reason being that when your retention is above 100%, it means that the existing accounts, meaning people who have started to purchase your software, are actually always increasing the value of what they bought. So for example, if you start to buy, let's say like a subscription to lemlist at $100 and you start to adding more and more users after each month, your retention will be positive and the amount of money you are spending will keep increasing. Technically, what does that mean for an investor? It means that for every dollar in revenue that a new client brings, this dollar will automatically be transformed into, let's say, if it's 150% retention rate, to a $1.5, which means that the revenue will keep expanding and hence the company will keep growing even if the acquisition kind of stops. Then they also have a slide about their team and the fact that no one is leaving their team because they're so awesome. These metrics might be right, might be wrong, but in any case, it also gives a sentiment to the investors that the company is a healthy one. You also can see the Glassdoor Metrics and hence it reinforces the trust that investors can get into a company like this one. Here on this slide, we don't have the official numbers, which I think could have been really cool to have, but they want to showcase their capital efficiency, which is pretty much what all the slides were actually referring to in the past, meaning that they want to show the investors that for each dollar that they spend, they actually generate even more money, even more revenue. Then there is a part about the future, because obviously like all the metrics are reflecting the past, but what is exactly the future? This is where you need to sell the vision to investors. This is where you need to show them the numbers. So first they are talking about their product and what they want to accomplish, also explaining why, but then they actually want to show where they want to be in terms of revenue, in the next years and how investor can help them get there. There's also something I really enjoy with the slide about capital efficiency. Here what they're saying is that they have 18 months of runway left, which means that technically with the money they have in the bank, they could last for 18 more months. And on top of it, they are showcasing that they would be profitable in 10 months, meaning that if they decide not to spend more money on the growth, they can become profitable in 10 months. The reason why it's really interesting is that this slide is basically sending the following message to investors. We don't fucking need you. And this is really great because if you showcase to investors that you are making shit tons of money, that you are going like crazy, and that with every dollar that you are basically getting, you are creating $4 or $5, it makes the investors, of course, desire you a lot. But what if you tell them that you actually don't even need them? How do you think would that make them feel? Yeah, you're right. They will, of course, want to spend even more money and invest in that company. So if you want to raise money really quickly like Front did, what you need to do is to be in the best spot possible. And the best spot possible is the spot where you don't actually need the money. This is literally like a masterclass of fundraising. The pitch is simple, but again, it's not only about selling the vision, but it's about backing it up with numbers and being able to showcase what's in it for the investors. Always remember, if you want to raise funds, that investors, even though they might like you, even though they might like the vision, what they especially want is more money. That's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video and talk to you soon. Take care.